All right, folks, grab your coffee, put the phone on silent. Because if the whispers coming out of Foxborough are true, we might be entering one of the wildest chapters in recent NFL history. Word on the street, though still unofficial and definitely being passed around like top secret gossip, is that Baker Mayfield has confirmed his arrival at none other than the New England Patriots. Yeah, you heard that right. Baker Mayfield, the guy who had the football world buzzing during his time in Cleveland. The one who turned heads in Tampa Bay might now be pulling up in Massachusetts, ready to don the Patriots' iconic navy blue and silver. While some insiders are treating this as a done deal, others are being cautiously optimistic, treating it as a wait-and-see kind of situation. But let's be honest, when multiple credible sources start hinting at the same story, there's usually fire where there's smoke. And the smoke, my friends, is billowing out of Gillette Stadium like a fourth-quarter bonfire. Patriots fans are already flooding forums, Reddit threads are exploding, and Twitter X is going absolutely nuclear. Is this a revival for the Patriots, a renaissance for Baker, or just a short-lived fever dream? Now let's talk about timing, because this move, if it truly pans out, is coming at a very curious moment in the NFL calendar. We're in that post-draft preseason stretch where teams start shaping identities, coaches lay down playbooks, and quarterbacks begin taking real leadership reps. So for Baker Mayfield to walk into the Patriots facility now, whether it's with a clipboard or a pen to sign the deal, you've got to believe this was part of a deeper plan, maybe even one that's been cooking behind the scenes for weeks, if not months. You don't just swoop into Foxborough out of nowhere. The Patriots don't do spontaneous. There's always a method to their madness. And considering the uncertainty at quarterback they've been facing, maybe the front office decided it was time to roll the dice and bring in someone with fire experience and the guts to make bold plays. Baker has all of that, plus the chip on his shoulder the size of Massachusetts. Fans have long complained about the lack of swagger under center since Brady left. Now imagine Mayfield bringing his Oklahoma-flavored headband-wearing energy to that cold New England air. That's not just a headline, it's a new identity forming right before our eyes. But hold up, before we start ordering custom Mayfield Patriots jerseys, let's dissect what this actually means for New England's quarterback room. Because let's not forget, Mac Jones is still technically on the roster, and he was supposed to be the golden boy, the Brady successor, the calm and calculated QB to lead this next generation. But let's be real, things haven't gone exactly as planned. Mac had flashes, sure, but he also had moments that made fans wince harder than a missed extra point in overtime. If Baker Mayfield is truly coming and you don't bring a personality that big, a voice that loud, and a resume that thick to sit on the bench and clap, Baker's coming to compete. He's coming to lead. And if this signing is real, it could mark the beginning of the end for the Mac Jones experiment in New England. That's a heavy shift, and it's not just about talent, it's about culture, attitude, and momentum. A locker room listens to the guy under center, and if Baker starts talking, you better believe people are going to start listening. The question is, does Belichick still want that kind of energy on his sideline? Speaking of Belichick, that's another layer of intrigue we can't ignore. What's going on with the mastermind himself? The greatest head coach in NFL history hasn't exactly had the smoothest ride post Brady, and there have been whispers, quiet ones but persistent, that even his time in New England might be approaching its twilight. So is this move for Baker Mayfield Belichick's last big swing? Is he trying to inject life chaos, or maybe just spark something different in a franchise that's been sputtering since their dynasty days ended? Or get this, is this the front office pulling strings beyond Bill's control? There have been rumblings that ownership wants to shake things up, modernize the offense, and bring in more headline-grabbing personalities. Baker fits that mold like a glove. This might not be Belichick's choice, but rather a power play from above, signaling a changing of the guard. Imagine that the man who built a legacy on quiet, efficient, nonsense players now finds himself with one of the most expressive, unpredictable quarterbacks in the league. That clash of philosophies could either be a disaster or a match made in gridiron heaven. Either way, it's going to be must-watch drama. And then there's the question everyone's whispering: what version of Baker Mayfield are the Patriots actually getting? Is it the Heisman winner who electrified college football at Oklahoma and led the Browns to their first playoff win in decades? Or is it the inconsistent journeyman we saw bounce between the Panthers and the Rams, trying to find rhythm but often stuck behind shaky offensive lines and unfamiliar playbooks? The Tampa Bay stint showed promise. He looked confident, composed, and even had stretches where he reminded us all why he was a #1 pick. But consistency has always been his Achilles heel. If the Patriots coaching staff can stabilize him, give him protection, and maybe even tailor a system To suit his aggressive playstyle, this could be the career reboot Mayfield's been searching for. On the flip side, if things unravel early and the pressure of replacing a struggling Mac Jones turns toxic, it could go south real quick. Boston is not a forgiving city when it comes to sports heroes or villains. So this isn't just a football question, it's a mental one. Is Baker ready for the pressure cooker that is Patriots Nation, and is Patriots Nation ready for him? Let's shift gears and talk weapons. Because a quarterback is only as good as the people around him, and one of the loudest criticisms of the Patriots in recent years has been their lack of offensive firepower. If Baker's coming in, you better believe he's asking one big question. Who am I throwing to? The Patriots don't have a true WR1 right now, no elite game-breaking receiver to stretch the field and command double coverage. Sure, they've got some promising pieces, some solid route runners, but nothing close to what Baker had during his best moments in Cleveland with guys like Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. So this move, if real, might only be part one of a bigger offensive overhaul. Could we see a wide receiver trade in the coming weeks, maybe even a reunion with a former teammate? And let's not forget the tight end situation. If the Patriots can establish a strong middle off-the-field passing threat, it could open up space for Baker to really operate. But without weapons, this may turn into just another frustrating chapter in a quarterback's attempt to save a franchise that hasn't looked like itself in years. There's also the fan reaction to consider, and let me tell you, it's been wild. The moment this rumor started picking up steam, social media exploded like someone dropped a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Patriots fans are split right down the middle. On one side, you've got the hopefuls, the diehards, who believe Baker's fire and leadership are exactly what this team needs. They're already imagining him celebrating in the snow, leading comeback drives against the Jets, and trash-talking on the sidelines with that signature Mayfield smirk. On the other side, pure skepticism. There are fans who remember Baker's inconsistency, his occasional off-field drama, and they're not convinced he's the savior Foxborough is looking for. And of course, there's the Mac Jones loyalists, those who still believe he hasn't been given a fair shot with the talent and support around him. This move, if it happens, is going to divide the fan base in a big way. But hey, maybe that's what the Patriots need right now. A little chaos, a little excitement, something to jolt them out of this post-dynasty malaise. Because let's face it, it's been a while since the Patriots were the center of the NFL conversation. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. We also can't overlook the AFC East. Context: this division has suddenly turned into a war zone. You've got Josh Allen and the Bills still trying to find that next level. You've got Tua and the high-flying Dolphins offense. And of course, now you've got Aaron Rodgers in New York with the Jets trying to lead a team that believes it's finally ready to break the curse. So where do the Patriots fit into that picture right now? They're the underdogs, the forgotten dynasty, the team everyone assumes is just treading water until they figure out a rebuild plan. But if Baker Mayfield walks through that door and actually clicks with this team, the dynamic could shift fast. Imagine Baker versus Rodgers. Imagine a Patriots-Dolphins shootout where Mayfield throws for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. The AFC East is brutal, but it's also wide open for the right team to get hot at the right time. And maybe, just maybe, this is New England's way of saying we're not done yet. They're not settling for mediocrity. They're swinging for something bigger, even if it's risky. And Baker Mayfield, like him or not, is the kind of player who thrives when the odds are stacked against him. But here's where things get really interesting: the long-term implications. If this move happens and Mayfield performs, what does that mean for the Patriots' draft strategy going forward? They were widely expected to target a quarterback next season, maybe even tank slightly to position themselves for one of the top college prospects. But Baker changes that equation entirely.